All right, everyone, so it's a couple days later, and we're here at our local tire shop. Got all the tires unloaded. By the way, there's a nice Cutlass over there. And so I'm just waiting my turn for someone to free up to start working on it, probably just mounting the wheels. And then they were oogling and ogling the motor and stuff here. Even the boss herself came out and was like, it looks like Tow made her. I wish I was recording, it was really cool. So we made it here and let further work commence. So we got two apart now. This one was probably the easiest, and it's gonna get a lot harder from here. Hopefully the ones on my truck come apart this easily. But over here we have the old rims, and they are just bent and like they were rotten. They're toast. Luckily we're not using these, but like I said, hopefully the ones on my truck aren't that bad. We'll see when we get these apart. Also, what is your little walker there made of? Old dually rim and some lug bolts?
Yep. That was Uncle Bruce's innovation back in the day.
Whoa.
But you gotta be a highline walker. And the force, gravity, just walk the tire right off the rim.
Well, when you weigh 100 pounds, there's a lot of force.
Yeah. So if you notice this is where it typically fails. Because water will build up,
and then
scale,
splits it.
And that's where the one that I was telling you about blew apart. It split right there.
So these rims are probably on their way out.
Oh yeah.
So what's this one? Oh, that looks like a new tube in there.
Yeah, this is a new flap, but having water in it, we have to excavate that. Make sure that there's no
That's a lot of water.
Make sure that none of the rust or scale from that boot goes down inside the tire, guys. It will rub a hole in that tube for sure.
So when tires usually blow out, like wheels like this, is it the tube that fails?
It's either the rim or not sealing the ring properly, because when you go to air them up after putting them together, you have to have them in the cage, and you have to make sure that locking ring around the side where this kind of settles into locks in. So we'll air it up, and then we'll air it down, we'll tap it, we'll make sure that it settles into that crest, so then that ring is locked into place. So if you look at these,
because I was always under the impression that it was the tire that held the air, not the tube, because I didn't know there was tubes in there.
Yep, these are all tube type because of that valve stem hole. Now the newer style, the ones that replaced it, obviously,
which hopefully we don't have to go with these yet,
yeah, would be the upgraded version where you don't have to have tubes, you can run it tubeless. But some of these old tires, they had only tubes. They're a tube type tire and they're bias ply. So the tires themselves were good tires back in the day, but the majority of them will say tube type only.
I think these do. I know the ones on my truck do. Yeah, tube type.
Yep. So they require a tube no matter what. So if you were to go with the single piece updated rims,
wouldn't have to do that anymore.
You would have to get the tires, and you wouldn't have to deal with tubes ever again. And there are people that are kind of cheap. They want to have tubes inside their semi-truck tire or their wagon tires, which Wagons are okay, but if they're on the drive system, you can't have tubes in them.
Really?
All it'll do is it'll spin the tube. So, and that's why we used to, back in the day, we used to put tubes in car tires, but we don't do that anymore. It's actually considered illegal. So once a tire is done or punctured, it's either a patch or replaced. So, but so far, these ones are good.
Because every time I see these bullet start videos, also they inflate the tires. I'm like, wow, those old rotten tires still hold air, and then you forget that, oh, they have tubes in them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as long as the tire doesn't have a compromised sidewall where it would eat at the tube or rubbage, then it'll hold for forever. I've had a vehicle, old vehicle, come in and they had the original tires, but they were tube type tires. But since it was a classic vehicle, they don't make any replacement ribs yet.
You had a break with the easy one, back to the hard ones.
Yep. Give myself a break for a second. But it is moving, so that's what I want to see.
Pretty much you can gauge how hard it's going to be by how much paint is left on them.
Yeah.
Hey, it actually broke free.
Yes, sir. Now, if my buddy Joe Jones was here, he'd be like, I haven't come yet.
Lots of it.
Because he's the one, initially, the first time that I ever worked here was a little after 02, it was 03, and Uncle Bruce came to me and said, you want a job? And I said, sure. I like working on cars. I like working on stuff.
Not anymore.
And Joe was the first one to teach me how to do this stuff. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And here I am. I mean,
well, like you said, luckily it's becoming less and less common.
yeah, but
I'll probably be the last holdout with wheels like this.
oh, there's still some farmers that run these.
Well, on my way here this morning, going down the dirt roads at a cross intersection, I saw like a early 70s, maybe late 60s Chevy grain truck.
Oh yeah,
Actually still working.
yep. They're still around. I mean, a lot of these old timers, they don't get rid of the stuff, but anybody that's newer to the industry,
They're getting new 80s and 90s trucks that don't have these.
They'd rather go with newer vehicles that you can get parts for and service better instead of these.
I think it'd be fun one day to take this to a Ford dealer and be like, yeah, I got this old Ford truck that needs an oil change. I don't know much about it.
They would probably just look at you and be like,
Nah, go away.
sorry, it's a little pretty big.
So this one actually went pretty easily.
Yeah, that one went pretty easily. I'm saving the best for last.
It probably helped with all the PB blasts that I sprayed on it too.
Yeah.
Let it sit.
And we got the first aid stuff, and we ordered a little bit of it, but the penetrating oil
That they use now is terrible.
that they have, the deep penetrant, I'm saving that stuff for real bad rusty stuff, because that stuff actually works. This one's thin enough where it gets down where it needs to, and we buy this stuff in bulk. Because
You should get it from us.
yeah, well, and this is from Rowley's, and when we get a case, I think it's like 10 cans per box.
Yeah, it sounds about what we get. I don't know if the price would be the same.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I shifted. Not a perfect ballerina there.
Or else you would have been a dancer. Oh, I think that's Bruce here now.
Yep, that's Uncle Brucey. He's probably gonna come walking over.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he'll probably come over here to take a look at the old girl. Boy first.
Not saving the worst for last.
No. No, I want to get this sucker done. It might just give up for me.
I think it's more gonna crumble than anything else.
There's a tire god. It's gonna happen right now.
The thing is, where do you tell where the ring ends?
Well, it's moving. The bottom, well, the one ring is.
Oh, it is.
Who knows? Maybe we lied to each other. Maybe that other one that I started with
Was the worst.
is going to be the worst one. No, the first two.
Those were awful.
Obviously, were the fighters.
Definitely knocking the rust off. Oh yeah, she's coming apart really. Like, I think all that penetrating oil really did something.
It's soaking for sure. All right, that's what I wanted to see. As soon as you get that drop in. Okay, now. Find my notch.
Now, how's that ring coming out?
It's
Same as the rest of them?
yeah, it's crusty. Let's just hope the ones on the truck aren't gonna act like this.
'Cause that's a lot of money and time I didn't want to spend.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's made it.
Stick shift 7.3. Don't see many of those.
Honestly, I wish my service truck was a stick shift though.
Because it's probably sometimes you hate the automatic for shifting when you don't want.
Well, and we replaced the motor on it because one day I was going out on a service call to a farmer's place, and it was on the other side of Yale, and I turned on to Todd Road and I just heard the motor just go do 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 do, and then it just stopped.
Oh.
And I coasted to the closest inlet to a farm field so that I wasn't dead in the road, because Todd Road,
Oh
there's
yeah.
not much fucking room.
So this is the one that looked like it was already splitting, and this is coming apart easily?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I bet you do this in front of Bell Tire or Discount Tires.
Everyone's looking at you like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they'll be like, what the hell is that?
Oh yeah, because most of them kids there probably never even seen a split rim.
Yep. They're not true tire kids.
It's just like the people that work at AutoZone. Haven't barely seen anything older than like the 90s.
Yeah. His father was a smart guy. He most of the convertibles that you've ever seen, Corvettes, Camaros, shit, there was one Ferrari. He designed a lot of the hinge points for him.
Oh wow.
And I mean, he obviously had Royals, but since he worked for these companies, they had gotten all the patents, but he got a certain amount of royalties from those patents. But I mean, he made a custom Fiero full wide body kit
Oh.
from scratch. He did it all.
And sold it commercially?
I don't know what he did with the mold, because shortly after he got that barrel done, he ended up passing away.
I was gonna say, I wonder if anyone in the Fiero group then part of it would know it.
And you know what? I've been meaning to ask Stan, because originally it was supposed to be his sister's car. It was gonna be her first car. So he redid the whole entire motor and did all this customizing to it and did all the auto body. I mean, there was time spent making this thing look gorgeous and run beautifully. You know, want to start a fight? One of these days I'm gonna get you on one of these.
Oh my God, what is this?
This is our spreader. So whenever we bring tires in for repair or installing, what it does, it spreads the tire to make it easier to work on as far as tire repairs or working on these kind of tires. In order to get these boots out, tubes, you need as much space as you can get.
This looks like some sort of Hannibal Lecter device.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this one's ancient compared to all the newer ones. A lot of the newer ones kind of look like this.
Ugh.
That kind of spreader.
I wouldn't trust those.
Just a lot larger. Yeah, no. They're kind of a pain. But as soon as you get that one side out, what we do.
Now this is the one that broke the valve stem, right? So we don't have to worry about hurting the tube?
Nope. Yep. That's the main things that with these split rims are these. If they're decrepit, falling apart, they typically need to be replaced. But these ones are in good shape. So I don't have any worries or concerns about the boots.
And the valve stem's not replaceable, is it?
No. Well, on these, I can replace the valve stem. All I have to do is cut the old valve stem off at the basin, and we do have repairable, replaceable. This tube's not bad, but what we'll do is I'll cut that out, and then it's kind of like a patch. Just remove it, scuff up this area, and then it boots right over to where it's supposed to be. I'll bring one out there.
Hey.
Of these trucks that go into the sugar beet factory on the main entrance.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they had those pylons, those cement pylons, some of those truckers, anytime that they go in there, they end up swinging their truck out too far and bending their rims all the way into the lug nuts.
Oh, I just realized, look at the inside tire wall there where it's on the ground.
Yup. That's why I was like, oh, I'll start with this one, because this one's a little worse than that one. But
that one's got to be the oldest one on the truck.
probably.
Too bad there's no date code to see when it's put on there. There probably was, but it's worn off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a safe guess though is all these tires are pushing at least 30.
Oh yeah. Close to a...
Also, it looks like I might have an axle seal leak.
Oh yeah.
here, I thought you were gonna get like a hand crank floor jack.
Oh no.
I'm like, you'd be here for a minute.
Yeah. So now, I won't use the big guns on these old dogs because, in technicality, they should just come off with regular handheld impact.
They don't look that bad. Just as you thought?
Yep. Sometimes if they get seized, the studs will come right out of the...
Oh.
Yeah. But the reason why I don't take them all the way off when I'm taking them off is because sometimes these wedges will
They're the thing
they'll
holding the wheel
bind up,
together. Oh.
and when you go to relieve the pressure, they'll shoot off.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why you always keep the lug nuts on when you're taking wedge style off. Especially on those rears, they'll have tons of pressure. Okay.
You're braver than I am. I would have aired that down first.
Yeah. Well, typically.
Holy crap! Look at all those cracks. It's even worse on the inside.
Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't let go.
It definitely felt like it wanted to. Also, there's almost no tread left either.
Yeah. But that's the joys of having old bias ply. These tires will crack, wither, but they'll hold strong. They built these tires to be different back in the day. It's not like new age tires. There's some tire companies I just don't like. Like when it comes down to...
I'm gonna stand over here.
When it comes down to older tires, Goodyears are good. I mean, that's when they were built right. And semi-truck tires take a lot more abuse, but they're built to be abused. Whereas the car tires, I would never get Duralat or Duratrack by Goodyear because those things, they crack right at the ripplings on the sidewall. Firestone, Michelin, they'll dry rot before the tread even gets hurt. So now there wasn't a lot of air in it.
It didn't seem like it the way that tire was compressed. Alright, what happens?
It's moving. So that's the first good sign.
Boom!
Well, it's moving down.
Monica over at Franzel's, she was showing me this post she saw on Pinterest, and these people used old car tires, cut holes in like the tread area, and laid them on their side, made them into cat houses.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, hey, if you want these for that, it'd be like a condo.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people come and pick up the old tractor tires. To get rid of those, that's like $25 a pop. Whereas small car tires, they range from $5.50 around there.
What's it like for these?
These I think are like $10.
Oh. I heard that they used to take them for free, send them down south, and they actually put them in the roads.
Yep. Well, when I first started here and I started working on tires, funny story was we used to cut tires and the road commission would come and buy them off Uncle Bruce.
Well, I know farmers love them to put on their chaff piles.
Yep. Yeah, that's anytime Mr. Grout comes, he takes his tires with him because he knows there's a little bit of slag. Now when these go back together, I'll have to clean up the slag before you paint them.
Oh, okay.
But you want to clean up all the slag because that, right where the locking bead is,
That has to be a nice tight
that
seal.
has to be cleared away, because any loose metal like that will cause a rupture to the point where it'll let go.
But so far it's looking pretty good, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you can tell it's a lot thicker. So I think at least, well, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think I lucked out.
Yeah, you did. You got it. Hey, these ones are definitely a lot better than the ones that I took apart.
It probably helps that this would mainly stuck to the road, and the wheels those wheels came off a grain truck that spent a lot of time in fields.
Yeah.
They fight a lot more when they're not almost rusted to nothing.
Yeah, they have a lot more tension on them. Whereas the ones that were rotted, they had a lot more give, for sure. But once I get to about that point,
They just give away.
Yeah.
Whoa, that could have been bad. So what do you think this white is from? Do you think that's just overspray spray paint?
Yeah, somebody oversprayed on it.
Because I was gonna say, I've never seen a tire age like that before.
Nope. Yeah, no, that's somebody. They probably painted the rims to make it look prettier at the time that they had these tires on it.
Well, because I know at one time this truck used to be blue, but now the hubs are red, so it's gone through a full repaint at one time. And I guess judging by the tire, kind of careless.
Yeah. They just wanted it to look pretty. And it's real hard to paint around tires. I mean, nowadays, people have gotten smart enough to just stick playing cards.
Playing cards, cardboard. I used a shingle once.
If it works, it works.
Yep.
There's another place where they'll take the old tire covers, they'll break down the tire from the bead, and these old rim covers, they'll slip it in between just so they can paint on it.
Yeah, this is a lot stiffer. Yeah, that's how they're supposed to be.
Yep.
Not sounding like tiny pieces of tin.
And see how that it's not as sprung?
Yeah.
That's what you want. But all this slag, that needs to be cleaned up.
It looks like this bottom ridge is all right.
Yeah. So I typically have to clean this part and this flat part, because this is what locks into the rim. And if there's any slag or any buildup that will compromise it locking in properly, then it's a no-go.
I feel like you're going to use at least 2 or 3 cans on this.
Those boots will start getting rusted onto the rim. I mean, it's moving. Not as fast as I want it to.
So is there anything you have to clean up on this as well?
I have to clean up where that ring locks into.
Oh, okay.
Any foreign particles that will keep it properly sealing.
Come on. There we go. Oh, that sounds crunchy. Man, why is this tire fighting so much to come off the rim?
It's probably the boot. Once you get a little rust on there, once you get a little rust on there, it'll find itself. So that might be a concern. Let me grab my deslagger, because like I said before, if that rusts out to the point where it'll fail,
Yeah.
it'll do exactly what that story I told you about.
Yeah, where it was up against the guy's truck.
Yep.
metal. Looks like it's mostly just calcified.
Yeah, it's taken off a couple of sizes, but I mean, this is where it's heavy. Now that I found the thinnest spots, I'll do here the density between both that to that, how the ring is.
One kind of rings a little bit longer, right?
Yeah. Whereas,
oh yeah, I can kind of hear it now.
so that's typically, I mean, there's enough metal there still, but
I should probably start looking into getting the different rims.
yeah. But I'll have to clean this whole entire rim up.
Can you do the inside too?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'll bring my little guy out here.
So Tyler just cleaned up the outer bigger bit, and now he's cleaning up that rim, or the ring. And he mentioned that if I paint the outside here, it'll stop the rust. So I'm gonna do that too. Let's start just painting. I'm definitely gonna have to hit this with another coat. Coat 1 is put on. And while the hub dries, while the rim dries, let's hit the hub with some red paint. Hopefully it matches the truck pretty well. It should. Yeah, this definitely seems like a multi-coat thing. It's already looking so much better. Let's see, I don't think I'm gonna set you guys off to the side for this. Gotta get this on camera in case the wheel explodes.
Yeah.
Made the mistake of not recording once, and I missed something epic. I set Steve on fire.
Oh Jesus.
Although with how close I am to this wheel, if it goes, I'm probably going to get hurt as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because they depend on where the ring goes. Sometimes it'll go straight, sometimes it'll go crooked.
Well, just the blast too of it letting go.
Yeah. Must be a high spot in the dirt.
Yep. I think I see concrete. Oh yeah, in case you noticed, the fender being sticky, I coated the whole truck in linseed oil.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
That's why it has a bit of a shine to it.
There you go.
All right, so we got our hardware set up here. And let's get these painted up so they all look nice and pretty. Also found this cardboard over there in that pile. Alright, let that dry up and then probably hit it with another coat. Alright, let's go put another coat on the rim now.
You want to see something that killed a lot of people back in the day? It's this right here. These rings. Yeah. That's why we have the cage.
After we're done, I'll show you the old 70s OSHA video of them sending the dummy higher than the truck.
Air pressure in the tire can force the rim to blow out and strike a mechanic.
Yeah. You don't know what you're doing, you don't do these. Or these things. You won't see them too much anymore.
Oh, look at that. They're already looking brand new. Now I'm gonna have to work twice as hard to keep this truck clean. All right, once this dries up, this will be ready to put back on the truck. Now for the ring. And that should stop the rust. So is the other one still usable?
Oh yeah.
Good stuff. So I have discovered something, that these rings here are taking forever to dry. It's because I use this stuff, which is like, as it says, gloss protective enamel. It makes a hardened shell and captures rust. This I have in red, and I've been using on the hubs and the lockers, or I don't know what you call them, those things. It dries instantly. So I asked one of the mechanics here, should I use this and it creates a nice locking airtight seal, or should I use this because it's faster? And he's like, well, this stuff probably locks in just as much. So I'm going to use this to speed up the process so we're not doing this all day. see why it drives faster though. It doesn't really get as good of coverage. And the other stuff is thicker. This might take more coats. Yeah, that'll take more coats, but it should turn out just as good and it'll dry a lot faster. So kind of a big jump here, but we barely got much done yesterday because it's actually the next day. And so they actually, the mechanic shop actually finished the job for me while I was at work. But look at this. That is looking so good. Nice bright white rims with the red hubs, although the hubs are a bit more red than I thought they'd be. And they had I didn't get to paint these yesterday, but those are looking still pretty good. I mean, they had other stuff to get to, so they did the best they could with the time they had. But still, that's looking way better than what was on there. Come around to this side. Can't really see it in the... Oh yeah, so it turns out when I painted these, I painted the wrong side, so the guy doing the tires quickly shot some paint on there for me. So then it matched. How's this side look? Hopefully that stuff blows off when I drive it. But like, look at that, that looks so good. So now that that's done, it's actually a Wednesday, and it's the first A&W car show of the season. So I'm gonna take it to that, see what people think, and I'm gonna go with Steve. But you guys will have to tune into another video for that. I think I've got enough record just for this one. So remember, if you like the content, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Help this little channel grow. And remember, save them, don't scrap them. See you in the next one.